Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I'm getting so sick and tired of people placating Steffi. You got Finn Smith is saying that, well, of course Sheila's dead. I don't know what Deacon's thinking, this, that, and the third. Steffi just being extra. Smith is saying, well, Deacon needs to sit there and accept it. And Deacon needs to. I'm just like, this chick really thinks that she's Queen of LA at this point. You got Hope coming over there apologizing for her dad, and both of them just understand, well, there's no possible way that, she was alive. It's just, Deacon, he's going through stuff, and he's just being delusional. I'm like, it's too much. It's really too much. At some point, when Finn leaves, because he gets a text from Deacon, Deacon has been talking to himself for the past 2 or 3 days about this whole Sheila thing and about this whole Sheila and Sugar and everything like that, to talking to Lauren. And Hope and Steffi talk about hope for the future. They're talking about business. They get into Thomas. It gets a little kind of awkward. Um, and then they go back into business again. And the hell is and Sheila, of course, because Sheila's dead and she killed them and blah 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 blah. Now, at some point, when Finn does get over to talk to Deacon, where this conversation goes, like Hemsmith is trying to convince Finn that Sheila's alive, just comes across as so incredibly ass backwards. I'm like, bro, you are going around the circles. He is getting frustrated, and he's trying to walk out. You're grabbing him. I'm like, bro, just say what you have to say. And granted, of course, they had to sit there and say towards the end, but he does sit there and say that Sheila and Sugar got her face, got plastic surgery, and Sheila tricked the doctor or told the doctor to make her look exactly like Sheila. So in the end, the person that got burnt in the incinerator wasn't Sheila; it was Sugar, and basically saying that his mom is still alive and she's out there. And of course, it's B&B, so they gotta be all extra dramatic about it. But it was just one of those things where it's like, bro, you are so frustrating since they're trying to tell this story. I'm like, just get to the goddamn point. I mean, of course, you can't do that because they gotta literally stretch it out into its 27 minutes into the episode. Um, these scenes when you have Carter there talking to Zende, they seem somewhat so pointless because all Carter does is he does this thing where it's like he's trying to be supportive by letting him vent, but then he keeps in there blaming him for everything, being like, well, you shouldn't have slept with Luna, you shouldn't have slept with your cousin's girlfriend, you betrayed the family, this, that, and third. And I'm kind of just like, how's this helping? How is this helping? You're thinking about it nonstop. You can't sit there and work. How's this helping? Bro, you almost seem like you didn't sit there and say anything of encouragement or how to sit there and fix this. Listen, don't be too hard on yourself or anything like that. Like, I believe in tough love up until a point. You have not come in here and said one supportive thing in this episode. And even in the other episode, when you was there telling him the same things that you were telling him in this episode, again, not one positive, supportive thing to sit there and kind of help him, or to be like, hey, listen, you need to sit there and talk to RJ and give him some time or whatever. But, when you're ready to talk, just, be open and try to be honest and stuff. Nope, nope, no, no, no. You shouldn't have went after her. She's her girlfriend. She's her cousin's girlfriend. And it's just, like, bro, we get it. We already know that he effed up. Okay? Why don't you sit there and tell him how to fix it? Try being helpful for once, because this is not working. RJ and Luna have this awkward time seeing each other, and she turns around and she said Ridge, and I'm like, well, technically, his name is Ridge. Um, He talks about how he doesn't know if he can get past it. He's trying, but every time he looks at her, he sits there and thinks um, of her time with Zendaya. But he does sit there and say, "Don't blame yourself. This isn't on you." And eventually, they hug and everything like that. So he's putting in the effort. It's going to take a while. It's not going to be an overnight thing, but at least she's not there trying. Um, and like I said, under any other circumstance, I don't do second chances when it comes to us cheating. Once you're done, you're done. That's it. But in this situation, it it was a consent because she was literally on those meds and just out of her mind. So I mean, I know people could sit there and be like, well, she got forgiven so fast. You look at General Hospital, Molly and TJ when Molly went out with Brando. I mean, cheated with Brando, and TJ forgave her less than an hour. Um, they also want to make it very clear that Rid is not to know. RJ made that clear. Um, Zende was not there worried about that. Eventually, he's going to find out. I just wonder what is he going to do? Is he going to fire Zende? What's going to be the course of action? Hmm. Crazy. I keep going back to, was Lee right? I mean, the problem with Lee is that she came across as so nasty and pushy that it's like, even if she was right on some sort of level, it's not so much that you don't want to sit there and give her the credit, but it's like, yeah, she was right, but she was rude and nasty about it. I have to tell you the truth. I'd rather just sit there and be like, yeah, she was right, but she can still kick rocks. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else, so if I forget anything, come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless. I'll see you in the next video.